Hello, everyone. Welcome back, y'all, to a new episode for the Person in the Back podcast. This is your girl, Charlisa Wellington. If you may not know me, I am Christ servant. No more, no less. Right there. So I want to come to you as a woman. I'm coming to you as a godly woman, trying to give y'all practical information, because some of y'all been thinking, well, once I become Christian, all my common sense goes out the window. I cannot be me. I can't speak up. I can't say anything. I just gotta be nice. Well, sweetheart, I'm here to tell you that God wants you to stand your ground. Whatever you do, you consult God first, and He will give you the instructions for your life. So don't lie to yourself. I'm going to tell you that. Do not deceive yourself by saying that this is a bunch of stuff. Okay? It's not that. Okay? So, today I want to talk to you all about a tough subject. This is a tough subject because a lot of people they know what to do, but they are not applying the information. Like, they just doing what they want to do, and you probably doing what you want to do, but I'm here to talk to you too if you doing what you want to do. So if you are doing what you want to do when it comes to the subject of domestic violence, of quote unquote somebody jumping on you, that's what y'all start to say. Y'all start to come up with all different types of quotes and sayings just to kind of reduce the fact that you being beat up. You're like, you coming out with black eyes, you coming out with rashes, everything that you can think of, you coming out with it. But today is going to be the last day that you put up with this. I promise you, this is a prophetic word. You will not take anything that the enemy is willing to throw at you. You will not be that person to compromise and feel like it is okay and that it is cute. Because I want to come to you today as a godly woman, sweetheart, as a single woman, sweetheart, to let you know that you do not have to put up with this. For what? What do you have to put up with that for? When God has the best for you, He's not sending nobody to hit you upside your head. He's not sending you anyone to choke you out so you cannot say anything. Your purpose is not just to exist on this earth. Your purpose is not just to have babies and sit up on food stamps, living a life that's just to get by. God doesn't want you just to get by in this season. He wants you to thrive. He wants you to flourish into being that beautiful butterfly that He designed you to be. But you cannot fly still eating from trash, still entertaining people that does not want to see you grow. When you continue to do that, you are taking away from yourself. Just because you think other people are mistreating you and they will get their consequences. No, what about you? What are you doing to yourself when you continue to affiliate yourself with people that do not care anything about you? Just because they say they care about you does not mean that they mean it. What do they do when you are not there? Do they care about you? What do they do when they are continually showing you that they have some issues going on and they are taking their anger issues out on you? What do you do? Who are you? You cannot find yourself in a relationship. You cannot be who you are called to be by being with someone and being addicted to someone that is mistreating you in any type of way. God did not want you to be on this earth to suffer continuously and go through hell that He didn't design for you to go through. We all are going to go through something, but you picking that. That's what you picking. Stop picking the same stuff that your parents has picked because they have decided to go on with their life and do what they wanted to do and waste their time. God doesn't want you to waste your time. And I'm here today. I don't care if you're 50 years old. I don't care if you're 18 or 16. You can avoid being taken advantage of. You can avoid going through the same stuff that somebody else already gone through. You got people that have written novels over and over saying how they got out of it and how God brought them out and how they don't want other people to go through it, and you are still doing it thinking that it's something new is going to come out. Your life is not an exception, and you shouldn't be with someone that are thinking less than of themselves, and they are reducing you at the same time. You don't need any weight that's an anchor to you being in your downfall. Don't continue to be in this low pace by choice. It's going to be things that pull you down, yes, but if you're choosing your own pain, if you're choosing people that do not even want you, they don't want you because they are doing something else better with somebody else. I've seen it. I've been through it. Do not con yourself in this season and think that you are so special that you don't have to go through this, and that you do have to go through this just to get to the other side. Some things God doesn't want you just to go through. So looking at my past and looking at my other experiences that I went through, I thought it was cute. Sweetheart, I thought the choking, the play fighting, all of that cursing, somebody calling you out your name, calling you a B, a S, a D, A, D, B, C, they calling you all of that, and you like, okay, that's what I'm supposed to be called. No, sweetheart, you're a child of God. Why do you have somebody calling you anything other than that? Or a woman. You need someone to respect you, and you need to be able to respect yourself. A lot of things that people do to you is not because they're just a terrible person. It's because you allowed them to be that person in your life, and you have accepted that. That's what you've been telling yourself. So if you've been telling yourself that you are a B, that you the baddest B ever, what do you think a man is gonna tell you? What did you think? If you are beating yourself up mentally and you allow a man to do that, it means because you have been doing that initially, and that is what he's treating you like. But when you raise your standard, when you raise your price, when you raise your bar, when you continue to stick by your boundaries, I promise you, no one else will go underneath that bar. Because once they do, you will never associate yourself with them ever again, because you have that standard. So if you are in this place, I'm telling you that you can come out. That if God has you still breathing to even look at this video, there is time left for you to be exactly who he's called you to be. When you decide that you want to get away from his plan, and then you say, God, I give you my heart back. I give you everything. I'm tired of going through this for real, for real. God know when you for real. But when you are for real and you're serious about getting out of this mess that you created, or that your parents created for you, and you just decided to walk in their mess. When you are serious about giving your life to Christ, saying yes to God for real this time, and being serious about it, that's when God will start to recalculate. He'll start saying, okay, my child is ready. She's ready this time. She doesn't have to keep going back and going into the cycles, because I have created a new plan. And it's so busy, it's so effective, that she won't even consider the idea of going back. And when she does, she'll understand that that is not her purpose. That is not where the place God wanted her to be in, and she will not turn back. When I was in a place, when I was in a place where I felt like that was cute, I was so aggressive. And it's something that I want to address, because it's a lot of Christian women that are aggressive. They just grew up aggressive, and they've seen it in their household. So for me, I've just always been around boys, and I grew up with brothers. I didn't have sisters. I didn't have none of that. And some of y'all have sisters that's just straight up rough too. So being in an environment where I've always been aggressive, and I thought that was love. I thought that tough love was the best love, for real. That's what I thought. I began to bring that into my relationships. And I was slapping folks and doing all this stuff because I wanted someone that was as aggressive as me. And I thought that that was okay. But then I started to take that mentality with that one person and started to bring it to other people. And they were like, I don't want that. So I had to be able to tone it back. I had to be able to dial it back, because if I didn't, I was going to find someone that was able to match my energy, and I didn't want it in that way. So starting out, it starts out cute. You want somebody to choke you. You want somebody to hit you upside your head. You want somebody to take control of you. You want somebody to know where you are at all times, because you think that's caring. That is not caring. That's psycho. That's an issue. The only person that needs to know exactly where you are at all times and be there and know where you are and trying to check you is God. That's the only person. You don't have anybody else to answer to when it comes to your safety and your salvation, sweetheart. Because when you get in a place where you feel like somebody doesn't care about me, if they not hitting me, if they not cursing me out, if they don't know where I am at all times, that's not love. That is not love. That's insecurity. And you need to be able to be aware of that and name it and call it what it is and move accordingly after you know what it is. It's not, he's just a narcissist. You can come up with all these titles all you want, but if you're not moving away from that person, guess what you are? A victim. And you about to be right with him, because you don't have time for this stuff. Stop just trying to be able to examine somebody else's life, and examine yours first. When you examine your life, you will never have to wonder what someone else is doing. You will never have to question, am I good enough, or am I this person that this person needs to be with? You will never have to question. So when you are going through life and figuring out relationship to relationship, you need to be able to pinpoint what this is and why am I in this situation, because it's too much to blame. You need to be taking responsibility for wherever you are. Stop blaming people on how they treated you. Sweetheart, it's 2022 and I'm grown. I'm barely grown. I probably still got milk behind my ears, but I've came to a conclusion. When I asked God on my knees for wisdom, I was serious, because it's too many people to lose their life over someone that doesn't even care. It's women behind bars, and that is where I could have been, y'all. I could have had my little paper. I'm gonna use my little mask. I could have had my little paper with my digits like this. Turn to the side, ma'am. Turn to the side. And I could have been right there, because I was so aggressive, and I thought that is what love was. Love was protecting minds, when it's been the opposite. When people care about you, they're going to be gentle. They're not going to be rough. They're not going to sling you to the other side. They're not going to yell at you to the point where they have to continue to show you that this is not what you want. Know what you want, and stop thinking that it's cute because somebody is telling you all the right stuff at one point in life, one part of the day, and then the second part of the day, you trying to figure out, dang, like, am I in prison? Or am I in a boxing match? What is going on? Or am I a dog? You're trying to figure out which one are you? But I want you to be stable in knowing who you are. When you find yourself in God, when you find yourself in this word, put yourself in the characters in this Bible. You will never have to question, why is this person calling me this? Because you won't answer to the thing that they're calling you, because you know you're not that. And you won't put yourself in a place to even hear that, because you will be in a higher place than you started out as. So being in a mindset, you have to shift your mind, and everything else will shift. Everything else will come once you get it in your mind that I'm not worth this. Know your worth, because no one will tell you what your worth is. You have to find out for yourself. You have to dig deep. You have to excavate through your past and figure out, why am I doing what I do? And God will show you time after time, why are you like this? And it may just be coming from a childhood. But it's sad, because we all know what to do, but we still choose. God can literally tell you. Y'all, I was talking to a woman, and she was telling me that her husband now been jumping on her for the past, I don't know how long. He been just jumping on her for years. And she told me, she was just going in and going over the details and just saying, you know, God told me himself that just wasn't my husband, and I married him anyway. We've been together for over 30 years. We only been married for 4. So that's 20 some years you've been dealing with this. And then you decide to still disobey God. God will tell you himself. He will show you in a dream. He will show you in any form or fashion through text message. You will find all this stuff. Y'all, I'm coming across hundreds of people, hundreds of women that got to the point, even in 50, God graced them to even make it, because a lot of women in jail got the same story, and they wasn't gracious enough to still be out in life, out in the world. So this woman was just telling me, she was going into this, she was just like, Lord, I just haven't, and I asked her, I was like, how do you treat yourself? Like, how do you feel about yourself? She's like, I just feel like trash. I just don't feel like I'm good enough. I just been treating myself terribly. And she's been telling me all this stuff, and she knows exactly what's going on. She's aware of this, and she still made her choice. She just felt like she just had to, every time she left, she just felt like she had to keep going back. And she just felt like it was just something that always had her end up back to him. And it's a lot of women that have this same story, that's going through the abuse of somebody jumping on them and still having somebody tell them that they are not enough. But in the next second, they telling them, oh, I love you. And I've been through it. But sweetheart, one thing about me that I can't say exactly what it feels like to even go back to somebody that's ever jumped on me. I ain't never have nobody jump on me, but I did stop things before they grew. God, I asked God to give me enough wisdom for when things started out as a small red flag. It started out as a dot, as a small dot. And God was quick in my spirit to say, you don't want that. Don't do that. Don't let that happen. And I was obedient to his spirit, because I knew that something could come out of this. So it may start out as yelling, oh, you this. Oh, because I grew up in a household where yelling was okay. I grew up in a household where yelling was okay. But sweetheart, guess what? This 2022, somebody yell at you, they ready to. Somebody yell at you, they ready to. It started out like they do your little shove or something like that, and then it escalates from there. But I want to encourage you right now that if it started out small, any of those little things, texting you just any type of way, getting quick, because you got people that curse out their own parents. And they just think it's okay. But you have to know it's okay for you. You have to draw the line. Because if you don't draw the line, people will just jump on. They'll jump on one side, jump on the other, because they don't care. You give people an inch, guess what? Just like that old saying is, they gonna take a mile. That's human nature. So make sure that you have those standards for yourself, or somebody gonna just jump in and out of your life. You accept relationship after relationship. You accept, oh, we break up last week and now we back together this week. We break up next week. And if you know it's a cycle, get out of it. You have control of yourself. It's nothing just swaying you to the. We all have bad thoughts. We all have thoughts that are against what we believe. But you're gonna have to let your belief be stronger than your unbelief at this moment in your life. Whatever you may be going through, you may have a black eye watching this and like, shoot, I thought this was love. Well, baby, I'm gonna tell you this. That's not love. People will write a whole book of how much they love you and still treat you like trash, like the bottom of a shoe. And you think that just because they said something, that's what they meant. No. Some people may be just high and drunk and just still hungover and still saying, oh, I love you, I love you, I love you. Then they imagining somebody else. They think about somebody else talking about, I love you. So you better get control of your life and make sure that whoever you are with, that they truly care about God first, and then they care about themselves. Because I've always said this to myself, however they are treating themselves, that's exactly how they're going to treat you. I don't care how many years it took to find out this. Once you find out that they treating themselves trash, they putting stuff in their body, they smoking cigarettes, they doing all this other stuff. Clearly, they don't care about themselves. What you think that they gonna do to you eventually? What you think? smoking was a clear sign to me that if you don't care about your lungs or nothing like that, what makes you think you're gonna care about me? And eventually God began to show me that he was right. Stop just thinking, oh, it got to get to its worst for me to get the idea that this person doesn't truly love me. Or don't get to the point where you still saying, oh, this person don't care about me, this person don't love me, God told me this wasn't my person, and you still doing what you want to do. Don't do that. Because I don't care how much you tell people, I can put my heart on this phone, but I cannot make that decision for you to get out of it. Because once you get out of it, God will have something for you. He already has it for you. But if you don't want it, he's not going to force anything on your plate that you just don't want. He's not. And that's the sad part about it. You just got to have some strong will out here. Because I'm going to tell you, going through that and seeing that, I don't play with it. I don't play, because I was in a relationship where it was an instance, y'all. It was an instance where I had said some slick to one of the people I used to talk to, and they came up behind me with their hand and just grabbed my neck. I felt a little force, because when you dealing with those, they be ready to. So I felt a little force, and this was in front of somebody. We was going into an office and the lady was there, and he came up behind me and did this. Oh, I just, shut it off. I said, okay. I act like everything was cool. And when we got along, I checked that, sweetheart. Don't you ever in your life think that you will do that again. Because I don't play like that. Because people start out like that, not telling what he had dealt with, sweetheart. And the other girl has dealt with. So I will not accept that. And I don't want you to accept that, because just because it starts out small doesn't mean that it won't fester, that it won't grow, that it won't linger into something else, because it will. If you saw the signs in your relationship, I promise you're going to see them signs in marriage if you don't say nothing, if you don't open up your mouth and you don't reassess this person and ask God, is this the person for me? Why are they doing this? Sometimes it may require therapy. Sometimes it may require a divorce. It may require a relationship breakup. Because one thing I know, God ain't about to send nobody that's doing that to you. And you know that. You know that within your heart that he ain't about to send nobody that's about to do that to you. So best believe I'm in perfect peace now that I don't have that in my life, because I don't want anyone that's doing that. I don't want to get to a point in my life where I'm struggling. The lady was saying she was just, one time it started out like this. This how her life transpired. The lady I was telling you about earlier. She said it started out as simple as she wanted to go somewhere with her friends or a family member. And she asked the man, she was like, I was just trying to be polite. I was just trying to see. She asked the man, could she go? And this man told her no. And she didn't go. It started out just like that. And then she said she started, as time progressed, she started shaking every time by her phone. She had to keep her phone everywhere she went, because every time he called, she needed to answer the phone, because if she didn't answer the phone, he was going to be jumping on her. He was going to beat that. Okay? And she said it just started out like that. And she had her niece that was right there and was like, why are you shaking like that with your phone? Why are you shaking like that? And she said she just knew at that moment that everything was getting out of control. Don't get to a place where it's getting out of control, sweetheart. Do not get in a place where it's getting out of control. I don't care if you signed your last name. If you put your name on his arm, because y'all thought that tattoos, oh my God, he got a tattoo of me, he must really care. Sweetheart, it's married people that's married to somebody else with their names tattooed on somebody else. Okay? So that doesn't solidify your spot in somebody's life. That's what I was lied to about too. Because I thought that, well, baby, if my name on anybody arm, I don't care. If you cannot treat me respectively, and I'm going to learn what respectively means in this Bible, because I want to know if I'm not following these guidelines with myself. And I'm not going to allow somebody else to disregard what I have set for myself. So make sure that you are not letting anything slide when you are in these relationships, because I'm going to take it from a holistic standpoint. Would you want whatever purpose God has for you? It may be writing, it may be being a teacher, it may be being anything in the world that you desire to be. Do you want them kids to see you scringing at your phone? Do you want your kids to see they walk by your house and you up here having a whole layout of a whole excavate of people just coming out, oh my God, so and so, the teacher just did this, the teacher just did this, she just got her eye beaten out, she just got killed, because of some small thing that she saw, but had it look like she had it all together. Don't look like you have it all together. Just leave and have it all together. Give God your life. Give God your heart. And you don't have to think about, oh well, this person has my heart, I can't go anywhere, I'm stuck, I'm addicted, I just can't leave. When you give your life to God, you don't have to worry about that anymore. When you truly believe in the Son of God, when you believe in Jesus Christ, it's no way your life cannot transform. It's you believing it and reminding yourself every day that I don't want to end up like how everybody else ended up. I don't want to end up in a jail cell. I don't want to end up on somebody's news television show about how I was dragged through the mud, or how my children just cannot accept me for who I am anymore because I made the wrong relationship choices. I'm talking to you today because I want to make this be drilled into your skull that in order for you to get where you need to be in Christ, you're going to have to cut some things off. You're going to have to get stuff back in line because your relationships matter. They matter. God said, I don't want you to be alone, but I don't want you to be with nobody that's going to put you in a place where you are terrified from your everyday life, that you are living in a unpeaceful circumstance because you decided you didn't want to wait for God, that you didn't believe in God that much, that you've been praying, but you haven't been listening. You haven't been truly seeking God's will and being obedient to it, but you've been doing what you thought was best for your life. Don't follow in the footsteps of your parents. Do and make your own lane. You can make your own lane with God. God will show you who needs to be in your life and who doesn't need to be in your life, but you are going to have to yield to the instructions. Stop being hard-headed. Stop being hard-headed, because God is the one that's going to be there for you 24/7. He's never going to leave you, and he's never going to forsake you. So just like you want him never to leave you and to provide for you and to pay for them bills, keep the kids in line, you're going to have to be in a place where God is watching me all the time. And I'm not about to be laying up with somebody that ain't treating me right. Even treating you right is not enough. You need to make sure that this person is before God and loves God. I mean, I'm telling you, love God, not just quote a quote from the Bible and make you just tingle. Oh my God, he knows that long scripture. No, he's applying the word. He's walking. He's being obedient. He is following the steps of God while you follow the steps of God. Stop being with these folks from the streets and think that you about to turn a thug into a man of God. You're not about to turn nobody, because guess what? I can know everything, every scripture in the Bible, have the spirit just leaking off of me, and I still can't turn a thug into man of God. Okay? Just know God for yourself and know what you're able to do and what you're not able to do, and you'll start to walk away from some people. I don't care if you got to drag yourself. You'll be pulling yourself out. Pull yourself out, sis. Okay, because you got other people that's doing the right stuff, and you got other people that believe that you can get the best that you can get. You see all these people on trips, some of them probably still getting their head knocked off, but I want you to know that it's somebody out there that's living a real lifestyle, that besides their mistakes that they made, they put their life before God, and God transformed their life for the better. So trust in the plans of God. Trust that you can do it, that you don't just have to talk about it, because there's many people, and I feel so bad for the kids that go through this stuff, that are looking at their parents go through this stuff and think that they're hiding it. I feel bad for them people, because they started to do the same stuff, and you think, oh, I'm just hiding it, they don't see it. Oh, they see it, they hear it, and they know what's going on. So get your life together, and your relationship with your kids will change. All of those things will change. Just because you give a lesson about what you learned and how you shouldn't do this, do that. No, sometimes you just got to lead by example. I don't need all the lessons. I didn't need all the lectures. Okay, I didn't need all the lectures. What I needed was someone to walk this journey with me. If my parents are on crack, if my parents are not doing what they're supposed to do, I'm about to find somebody in my circle. I'm about to find somebody that's doing the right thing, that wants the best, that has the faith that I need, and I'm gonna match it. I'm going to do whatever I need to do, because you are cheating yourself by wasting your time. The more kids you have does not determine how well this person will grow into be, because you can just have kids. You can be a single mama raising these kids by yourself. It is not a guarantee. Just because you have kids by a man, you get married, you get the ring, it's not a guarantee that this will be your life, that your life will be set, and that this person won't treat you how they did before you had the kids, before you got the marriage. No, it will expose more what kind of person this is. So take your time, be aware of your surroundings, figure out why is this person the way they are, and figure out who you are first, and then you'll be able to assess other people. Do that first before you go out here looking for things. Find out what you're here for, and you will find out what you're not here for. You will find out who is not for you, because it's no way, I'm gonna wrap this up because I know y'all got short attention spans. It's no way that any person that I had before would be able to fit my future. It's no way. You're going to have to be that confident in who you are as a woman now. I don't care if you just gave your life to Christ 30 minutes ago. It's no way that these people that I associated myself with, I don't care. I don't care, y'all. God already confirmed. I have to have faith that those people in my past, I want to make sure your soul saved. You know, you go to you know what I'm saying? Hey, but I'm not about to be talking to you every day. I'm not about to be doing all that stuff, because I want to surround myself with company that will not corrupt me. I want to make sure that I am accepting the plan that God has for my life, and that they do not fit in it. I don't care how many good times we had. I don't care how many good pictures we took. It does not matter. What matters the most is what is going forward after today. I have to put my life in God's hands, and I have to believe that whatever he said on the apple of his eye. I am beloved, sweetheart. Beloved. However you want to put it. Make sure that you are using the right B's. That you are not a B, so stop calling yourself that. That you are a woman of God that has class, that has elegance, that you are about to learn the world, and you are about to open up your mind to higher things, because God has so many promises that are laid before you. All you have to do is pick them up. All you have to do is put your trust in him. Put your trust in God. Put it in him. And watch what he does for you. Doing the small things by saying, I'm going to leave this person. I don't know all the details. I thought this person loved me, but they're showing me different. If they're showing you, that's enough. It was a quote that I held on to, because God showed me this. The truth is generally seen, rarely heard. So do not get confused with just what somebody said, because I can write a book on how many times somebody said, I love you, I breathe, I can't breathe without you. And guess what? They breathing without me. So I know that I can thrive without them. So y'all be blessed. And stop lowering yourself to other people. Don't accept this domestic violence. Don't accept somebody jumping on you. Don't accept somebody calling you out your name. Somebody being around you and lying to you. Because you don't deserve those lies that they've been telling you all this time. Find out the truth. Base your life on the truth. And the truth will set you free. You will be glowing, knowing that I am not bound by my past. Okay? So y'all be blessed.